The organization is one of the most significant inventions in human history, enabling large numbers of people to accomplish things that no individual could do alone. Organizations are the vehicles we use to leverage science, technology, and the economic system to create and capture wealth. Unfortunately, these organizations often fail to live up to their potential, sometimes create more problems than they solve, and are poorly designed for the dynamic, occasionally chaotic world in which we live today. The good news is that humans designed every organization that exists today and can redesign them to create sustainable value for all stakeholders. For many people, there has never been a better time to be alive. Over the last 3 centuries, advancements in science, technology, and economic systems have substantially improved many aspects of human life, including wealth, health, and education. The commercialization of science made the first industrial revolution possible, fundamentally changing our ability to create wealth. These changes have led to an astonishing increase in the average annual gross domestic product per person, from less than $1,200 in 1820 to over $16,000 per person in 2022. Most of that improvement occurred in the last 70 years, since 1950, when GDP was approximately $3,360 per person. Over the same period, poverty worldwide decreased from over 80% of the population living in extreme poverty to less than 9% today. Again, half of that improvement has occurred in the last 70 years. This has resulted in numerous improvements to our health, including better nutrition, access to clean water and sanitation, reduced child mortality, vaccinations, and increased life expectancy. The average life expectancy has more than doubled over the past century, from 32 years in 1900 to over 73 years in 2023. These benefits create a virtuous reinforcing loop. As human capability increases, we learn more about what works and what doesn't under what conditions, thereby further improving economic growth. Given our modern conveniences, including plumbing, heating, air conditioning, a variety of food options, overnight delivery, transportation, smartphones, etc., many people today live better than kings did 200 years ago. Unfortunately, many of the methods we have invented to improve the human condition have also produced unintended side effects, limiting our ability to make further progress or, in some cases, making it difficult even to maintain the gains. What started as the quest to create rational organizations led, in many cases, to unnecessarily slow and costly bureaucratic systems, which is the opposite of what is needed in a rapidly changing and uncertain world. In 2008, the mortgage finance system in the United States proved unable to identify and correct inherent design flaws, leading to government intervention to avoid the total collapse of the global financial system. Our approach to global trade has led to long, complex, and fragile supply chains that lack resilience, as evidenced by their performance during the recent COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, economic and human progress have been uneven among countries, creating inequities and tensions that have led to pressures to reform systems and institutions. When our ancestors built our industrial, agricultural, and global trade systems, they chose energy sources to power facilities, production, and transportation methods based on practical considerations such as cost, availability, and technical characteristics. The impact of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere on climate was seldom, if ever, a factor in decisions. The level of CO2 in the atmosphere surpassed a global sustainable level of 350 parts per million in approximately 1985. It is currently over 420 ppm. The rate of temperature rise is accelerating, as are the associated costs. Many things that begin with good intentions and innovations often end with more problems than they initially solved. Leaders today face a dynamic and ambiguous world characterized by rapid and frequently unpredictable changes in the political, economic, technological, natural, societal, legal, regulatory, and competitive environments. Many of the institutions that once provided a level of certainty for organizations are now being degraded and destroyed, creating unprecedented political and economic uncertainty in countries of all types around the world. Unpredictable trade policies, government debt, and fluctuating exchange rates make decision-making difficult, often resulting in paralysis and inaction. While artificial intelligence and other technology advances hold immense potential to address various challenges, including productivity, health, and climate change, among others, they also present numerous dilemmas and ethical considerations. Technology advances offer many opportunities to rethink how we organize and lead people to achieve common goals and objectives. The damage to business, real property, and life due to natural disasters has increased the cost of doing business. The material risks have increased the cost of insurance, made it more difficult to obtain, and raised the risk for investors. These material risks of climate change, biodiversity loss, and other environmental issues threaten our ability to create wealth. The interrelated nature of these issues underscores the need to continually reinvent our leadership and management methods to capitalize on opportunities and mitigate threats. Organizations today are often poorly designed, outdated, and ill-prepared to survive, let alone thrive, in the modern environment. A key organizational design question becomes, how can we maintain the advances we have made and make even more progress while eliminating or mitigating undesirable and unintended consequences? We have strong evidence that it is possible to redesign our methods to provide the benefits while reducing the unwanted side effects. Many countries have demonstrated that we can change our designs to decouple GDP from CO2 emissions. The challenge is to design organizations that are profitable, scalable, flexible, and resilient while creating a net positive value for multiple stakeholders. This requires a systems approach based on empirical evidence, imagination, and continuous learning and redesign. The Organization Design Studio is a global digital support system that provides frameworks, methods, tools, and techniques to help you and your team design the organization you really want. An organization that will thrive today and in the future.